All right, Cameron, what I have here is, I think it's like the second problem in this review set. The first one, the first problem I think had cosine in it. This one has tangent in it, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you a couple of things that it'll apply to all of this, and maybe it'll kind of help get you through. All right, hopefully it'll help. First thing I want to show you is when you're doing trig, anytime you have a right triangle or you start seeing sine, cosine, and tangent, anytime you see those things, then if you see sine, cosine, or tangent, then you know you're talking about a right triangle. If you see a right triangle, then you're probably going to use sine, cosine, or tangent. Okay, you may know some of this stuff I'm telling you, but whatever. All right, the other thing is I want to show you this calculator. Obviously, the graphing calculator, whenever you get into this thing, you need to make sure that your view is set to degrees and not radians. Okay, there we go. Maybe this thing will work. Sometimes it's been acting a little jacked up on me. Let's see. I'm going to close it and start it again. Let's see if this will work. There we go. All right, see how this is set to radians? This needs to be set to degrees. All right, so I'm going to put it to degrees, and you have to kind of make sure that that's right. So I've set it at time, but yeah, so I open it again and make sure it's there. Okay, so that's got to be to degrees. That's huge. Set to degrees, all right? If you don't, you're going to get some jacked up numbers, okay? All right, so that's the first couple of things. The other thing is I want to show you an algebra trick, okay? This is something that's really helped my kids. A equals B times C. All right, if you do that, if you have a formula that anything that's kind of looks like this, some kind of math formula, whatever, and you can break it down into pieces, A equals B times C, you can make a triangle like this with 3 pieces. All right, 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. And let's say that you're trying to solve for B in the formula. You know, you've got like a number here, maybe you got 14 equals B times 7. All right, and if you do that to solve for B, it's pretty you can look at our formula, this triangle over here, and you put the 2 that's beside themselves, you put them on the bottom, BC, so that means the other one goes on top. So let's say that we're solving for this B right here. All right, the B in this situation is it lines up exactly right here, right? Okay, so what I have here, I'm solving for the B. So if I cover this B up in my triangle, then what I wind up with, B then equals A over a C. See how that A and a C make like use that line up there and it makes like a fraction. All right, so then all I got to do is take A and divide it by C, or 14 divided by 7, and so my answer then is going to be 14 divided by 7 is 2. So my answer is 2. So I can do that with anything. I can do that if I'm solving for any part of the equation. All I got to do is cover up the one that I'm trying to solve for, and the other 2 are either a fraction or they're multiplied. I just use the triangle to help me do it. Let's say that I'm trying to solve for C in the equation. Then all I do is I cover up the C here, and it's A divided by B. A divided by B. You can see that. Then it's real easy to kind of look at and see. Well, if I'm trying to solve for A in this equation, it's B times C, and you see A equals B times C because they're beside themselves, then that really means they're multiplied together. All right. Well, it also works if I have a formula that looks like this, B over C. All right. And so I can make a triangle because I've got 3 pieces. Can you imagine which one's going to go on top here? It would be the B here because it's already on the top of a fraction. I just put the B here. That means the A goes here and the C goes here. They go beside each other because the B is already on the top. And I can still solve it any way I want to. All I've got to do is if I'm solving for A, then obviously, let me do that color again because it shows up better. I can take that A, cover it up, dadgummit, but it's B over C, and you can see B over C, right? All right, and then, why is that not changing colors? That's weird. Huh. All right. Anyway, if I'm solving for B in this equation, then I'll cover up the B. It's going to be A times C. I just multiply them. And if I'm solving for C, then I cover it up. It's going to be B divided by A. All right. So I'm going to leave those up there because they're going to come in kind of handy. Why is that not changing colors? That's making me a little aggravated. All right. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So let's go over here to our problem then. What we have over here is it says this equation tangent of 55 is equal to 15 over B. So I'm going to write that right here. I'm going to leave my little stuff up there. Man, I really would like, oh, I can change that color. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to write tangent then, because this is, oh, color 1. I got to light that up. Nope, that still didn't work. There we go. Quit laughing at me. All right. Okay. No, that still didn't work. I need this. Why? This thing is not doing good. Okay, whatever. Tangent of 55, yeah, I know, of 55 equals 15 over B. Okay, so now what I want you to see is that I really have, it says this equation can be used to find the length of AC right here, which this is the side I'm trying to find. So what they're telling me is the tangent of this angle and this number 15 can be used to find the length of that. All right, the tangent of that angle and this 15 right here centimeters can help us find that angle. That's pretty cool. So they've plugged it into this formula and they've given you the formula. So all you have to do is look at this like it is a 3 pieces. There's 1 piece, 2 pieces, and 3 pieces. And you can see that this kind of looks like A equals B, A right here equals B right here, 15, and C is actually the B in this problem. All right, so I want you to see that this is really a 3-piece problem. Well, since I'm solving for this B right here, this is really easy to do. B, then which one of these in my triangle up here am I going to cover up? Since I've got a 3 looking, it looks just like this formula. A equals B over C, tangent 55 equals 15 over B. Which one am I going to cover up? Yeah, I'm going to cover up the C. Well, that means it's B over A. B over A. 15 over tangent of 55. 15 over tangent of 55 equals my B that I'm trying to solve for right here. You can go back and look at this a few times and maybe it'll make, if it doesn't make sense the first time, you can go back over it as many times as you want. Well, now that I've done that, all I've got to do is plug it into my calculator. So I come over here to my calculator, and I don't want to use that one. I'll use the scientific one. And I just plug it in, something like this. I got to have the screen up. Come on, screen. Don't be acting jacked on me. I'm going to close you and do it again. Huh. Yeah, this is aggravating. All right, I'm going to try something different here. There we go. All right, so now I've got 15 divided by tangent of 55. That's all I've got to plug in. But first thing I'm going to do is check and make sure that thing is set to degrees, okay? Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm going to go over here and look at it. Yeah, nope, got it set to radians. So I've got to make sure it's set to degrees every time, I guess. So I'm going to check it just to make sure again. All right, so now I can pull this up. 15 divided by, because that's what I'm doing right here, right? 15 divided by tangent of 55. And now I go to my functions, tangent 55. And I get 10.5. That should be my answer. 15 divided by tangent of 55 should be 10.50 centimeters. All right. Hopefully that'll help. Hopefully there's some information in there that'll help you. I know you can go back and solve the first one the same kind of way. You may have to flip the formula around a little bit. You may have to use the A equals BC deal, somehow. But if it should work for you pretty well, man. If you have any questions, just give me a holler. See ya. You're awesome. Oh yeah, I want to write that down. You're awesome.